Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's a professional here today, and first thing I want to say is Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy Holidays. And today we are reviewing the Khanjali tank. So this is also known as the PL-01. It's a Polish tank in real life. It's actually a Polish prototype tank. I know this. I've seen this tank before GTA Online. I can't believe that it's actually in the game. But this is an actual tank for anybody that wants to know. I'll actually put the link in the description below. It's a prototype designed as a stealth tank. So let's see what this tank is like right now. I'm really curious about this vehicle. Okay, so this thing cannot be customized inside an Avenger or a mobile operations center. You actually need to take this thing into the facility itself. So this is the first time that they added a second tank to the game. The APC does not really count as a tank because that was an armored personnel carrier. So now we have the second tank in the game. So how does this compare against the Rhino? Well, unlike the Rhino, this tank can carry 4 people. And unlike the Rhino, which had a useless machine gun, the machine gun on this can be piloted by the front passenger, and the machine gun is remote controlled, so the passenger does not actually need to jump out, does not actually need to expose themselves, and can keep firing. And the machine gun on this is actually pretty deadly and pretty accurate. And the other weapons on this include 2 grenade launchers, which can be piloted by the back passengers, and the driver can use unlimited proximity mines, can only drop 5 at a time, but drops unlimited proximity mines. The main cannon on this gun can be upgraded from a regular tank cannon to fire a railgun, where you charge it up in order to fire more long-distance shots. This tank is faster than the Rhino. The turret on this tank is unique because it's a railgun. You can fire it regularly by pressing L1 on PS4, which fires kind of like a regular tank shell. It sounds a little bit differently though. Or you can hold L1 and it will charge it up to fire an even longer charge, and it'll fire to farther distance. Let's take a look right now. That's what it looks like when you fire it charged up. Let me show you this from a helicopter angle. Hang on. Okay, here's what 2 shots look like from the tank regularly without charging. Here we go. Okay, now 2 shots charged up. Let's see what they look like. So you guys see the difference? Right there? It goes farther when it's charged up, so it has much farther length. I don't think that it does any more damage, but we'll be certain in a moment right here if it does. This is a test to see if the railgun does any more damage. We know that it goes a farther length, but doesn't the railgun actually do any more damage? Let's see right now. We have a Rhino Test right here. Let's fire a few shots from it regularly. Let's see how quickly it destroys this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shots, it gets destroyed. Now let's test by charging up a railgun. And here now we have a test of the railgun to see if it does any more damage to the Rhino. Let's see. So it takes 4 still. So it appears that the railgun is only increases the distance on the shot. It does not increase the damage on it. So the other gun on this tank is the machine gun here, and this machine gun, this is actually pretty impressive. And this is the first remote controlled machine gun in a vehicle. And this machine gun, you don't have to be exposed at all. You can just control it like this, and it's remote controlled in a land vehicle. This is the first land vehicle that I've seen that has a remote controlled machine gun. And this machine gun, I'm actually surprised. It's actually pretty powerful. It's pretty good. You can pretty much wipe out anything giving you problems with this. I mean, just look at how I'm making short work of these cops in 5 stars with just a machine gun. My friend, he's not even using the cannon here. I'm about to shoot down a helicopter here. So this tank has a really great secondary. The machine gun is just awesome on this thing. I love the machine gun. It's great. It's so much fun. Just wipe out anything chasing you with this thing. The grenade launchers can be used by the back passengers. There's 2 grenade launchers, so I'm using 1 right now. You could theoretically, have 2 people shooting these grenade launchers, 1 person in the machine gun, and 1 person driving the tank. These grenade launchers have a little bit of a delay in them, but they're decent. They'll blow pretty much anything that's in your way. And if you hit a car directly on impact, they will blow up like that. So these grenade launchers are another good alternative at protecting the tank. So this tank, there's just so many weapons on it. It's impressing me. The machine gun and the grenade launchers, the railgun. On here, the driver controls and its proximity mines. These mines trigger almost immediately. And you can plant as many of these as you want, pretty much. Maximum of 5 at a time, but they're unlimited. Other than that, you can just keep planting these things, and they're really good. They detonate almost instantly when somebody drives right over them. Just take a look at this, guys. These mines are great. So this is another way to get people off your tail who are giving this tank problems. So this tank is impressing me more and more. So I was thinking about ways I could use this tank to make money, and there's not really any VIP works that are good for this, but there is a challenge here. And you go to VIP challenge, and you go to this one, and you go to most wanted, this one, and it's compete to survive wanted level until the time runs out. And and this is technically a competition, but you can do it playing cooperatively if you are in vehicles and you're working together to kill the police. So right here, let's see, start this up. And you just try to survive the longest that you can, and there's 5 stars of cops, and they can't hurt you when you're in this tank, pretty much, unless you blow up enough cars so they blow you up. After 10 minutes, though, let me show you guys exactly how much money you can get with just 2 people on this job here. And here we go, we are about to end the challenge. Let's see exactly how much money we get for this. Surviving 10 minutes in this, let's see. And we got 21 grand for surviving 10 minutes in this tank. And, I mean, this tank could also be used in executive search if you need it. Well, if you have your executive in this tank, they will pretty much, everybody in the lobby will pretty much know that you have your executive in this tank. But another thing is, you could have your executive hide somewhere in the area and just have this tank patrolling the area. So if somebody comes around, you can just mess them up with this tank. But other than that, you guys can just survive and do most wanted, have fun, destroy cops, and get 21 grand easily with this. So I wanted to see how good this tank would be in bad situations. So right here, my bunker was getting attacked, and I managed to spawn a tank really close to me, and I managed to just go and save the area. I was being very careful with the cannon, and my machine gunner was helping me out a lot. So this tank can get you out of bad situations if you need it. So I wanted to do a speed test to see if the Khanjali was actually faster than the Rhino, and we all thought that the Bombushka would be faster than the Titan, but that turned out not to be the case, so I wanted to test for sure. And the Khanjali is a little faster than the Rhino, so it will get to the destination quicker. But note, this test is sped up to save time. This is not the actual speed, but the Khanjali is much faster than the Rhino. Now, let's test if this can carry by cargo bob. And you can cargo bob this. So you can cargo bob the Khanjali tank. So if you need to transport it someplace quickly and you own a cargo bob, you can always use this to get it across the map pretty quickly. Okay, so this is a test to see how many shots the Khanjali can take from the Rhino. We know the Rhino can take 4. How many can the Khanjali take? Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So it takes 8 shots from a Rhino to destroy a Khanjali versus the Khanjali for the Rhino 4 shots. So the Rhino definitely doesn't stand a chance against the Khanjali in a fight. Definitely not a chance. So we know that the Rhino would stand no chance against the Khanjali in a fight, but how about the APC? The APC was the only vehicle that I thought could possibly stand a chance because it was fast and it could constantly keep moving. So can the APC stand a chance against the Khanjali? We're going to find it out right here. And no, it doesn't. I was actually surprised. I couldn't believe it. It actually blows up in 3 shots from the Khanjali. So while the APC might be more maneuverable, it won't stand a chance still against the Khanjali. And here I wanted to show you guys one thing. The Rhino actually has one advantage over the Khanjali. We are parked right next to each other. Our turrets are even. The Rhino's turret can actually aim higher and aim a little lower. So look at where the Khanjali shots are going and look at where the Rhino shots are going. The Rhino aims higher. Let me show you some screenshots right here. Take a look at this. So from both tanks being evenly lined up, the turret on the Rhino clearly aims higher than the Khanjali's turret. You guys see right here, the Rhino aims much higher than the Khanjali, and the Rhino can even aim a tiny bit lower than the Khanjali. And here finally we have a damage resistance test, and the Khanjali can take a total of 8 RPGs, making it the most armored vehicle in the game besides the Avenger and the MOC. And in terms of explosive sniper, it can take up to 20 shots. 20 shots from the explosive sniper. I couldn't believe this. So this thing is a monster. So here we have the pros and the cons. This is the most armored vehicle in the game besides the Mobile Operations Center, taking a total of 8 RPGs and 20 explosive sniper shots. So its armor is insane.
it has a remote control MG, so it's a new kind of weapon. It's a machine gun that's remotely controlled, where the gunner does not need to peek out, so you do not need to worry about the gunner getting shot out. And the machine gun is actually effective. 360 spin, very powerful machine gun. Even without the main turret, the machine gun would still be really deadly. It has 2 grenade launchers for passengers, which makes your firepower increase even more. It carries unlimited proximity mines. You can only place 5 at a time, but it's unlimited, and you can keep dropping those and take out anybody chasing you. The tank can carry 4 people, unlike the Rhino, which can only carry 1. And it's faster than the Rhino, and it's really good for clearing areas. So any kind of, if you are doing a mission where you have to travel to like one destination to another, the tank would not be great for that. But if you have like a mission where there's like a ton of enemies and you have to clear the area out, this would be perfect for that. And the cons of this would be that the Rhino's gun aims higher, and it can also aim a bit lower. So as you guys saw earlier, the Rhino's main cannon, it can aim a lot higher, and it can aim a little lower. Which really isn't that much of a con, but when you want to hit a target like really high in the air, usually like a helicopter or something, the Rhino would technically be the better vehicle for that. And second con is, how exactly is this tank a stealth tank? Because it's described several times in the heist, in the Doomsday heist, they call it a stealth tank. Bogdan says how much he hates the tank because it's a stealth tank, but somehow there's nothing stealth about this tank. It's a stealth tank in real life. It's based off of that. It can't be detected by even the strongest radar, but for some strange reason, they keep describing it as a stealth tank and has no stealth features whatsoever. It's kind of doesn't make sense. And the second con is, it can be expensive, with $3,850,350 where without the trade-in price, and $2,895,000 with the trade-in price. And even if you have the trade-in price, you're gonna probably spending plus $800,000 on the upgrades. And another con would be that you cannot sell it, and you can't store it in the MOC or the Avenger. So that was my review right there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know, do you like this new tank? And I'll see you in the next one. Merry Christmas, everyone, and take care.